All right, we're now being joined by Myles Jury. Our first question will come from John Eric Poli. Your line is live.
Hi, Myles. How are you?
Doing good. Doing good.
So let's start with the fight here. It's your second fight back at 155 pounds. Just how much better do you feel fighting in that weight class as compared to featherweight?
Yeah, 155 is great for me. I get a lot more calories during the training camp and just feel stronger, bigger, just naturally more at this weight class. And man, it's another great opportunity for me.
And I know there's a lot of moving parts within the 155-pound division right now. Where do you see yourself within the division? Where do you think a win puts you?
You know, I feel like the lightweight division for Bellator is wide open. I feel like, you know, I've already fought the number one contender, very close fight. I felt like I won. I feel like I've beaten a top 10 guy in Gertz. You know, I beat a veteran and a company man and Georgie. I feel like that puts me right up there, number one contender, man. I mean, who else is there? You know, I feel like Chandler might be going on doing something else, and Bellator needs guys like me. So I feel like I'm right there in the mix.
And then just my last thing for you here, I want to ask you there too. You were saying that you feel like a win could put you next in line. With Pitbull having the lightweight belt and now currently being in the featherweight Grand Prix, what's your thoughts on these two division champions? Do you think that it kind of clogs up the division a bit now that, you know, you would want to fight for the title, but he's held up elsewhere with a different division?
Yeah, for sure, man. I feel like if you're not going to defend it, you know, then move forward, let people fight for the belt, because that, you know, at the end of the day, he's just holding it up. There's a lot of guys out here fighting that want that belt, and without him defending it, it's like, well, what are you doing, dude? Let's get moving.
Thanks, Myles. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, our next question comes from Ben Keeley. Your line is live.
Hi, Myles. Just wondering, how is the YouTube channel coming along?
YouTube is great, man. A couple times a week, you know, inspiring people, educating people, talking about fighting and investing, man. Two great things.
Yeah, you give a lot of advice to fighters. Do you think that there should be more resources apart from like a former fighter on YouTube towards active fighters, giving them advice, especially earlier on in their career?
You know, for me coming up, you know, there's a lot of questions that I had that I had kind of had to figure out just from my own personal experience. And, you know, I'm the type of guy when it comes to teaching, learning, that I'd rather throw a ladder down and pull somebody up instead of pull the ladder up and not let people climb up. That's all I'm doing, man. I'm just giving back wisdom, my experience from fighting to money to investing. And, you know, it's up to people to take it how they want to.
Is it going to stop at YouTube, or are you going to like expand to like maybe an agent or a manager?
An agent? Oh, no. I'm just scratching the surface with YouTube, man. I feel like YouTube has so much potential, and I'm just getting started there. Right now, I have no intentions to do any management or any agent. That's man. When it comes to my career fighting, I'm busy enough there, and then, you know, with my family and doing some YouTube, my time is well spent, and my priorities are already taken.
So one last question for you then. With the lockdown measures in place, did you develop any new hobbies or any other projects apart from the training and the YouTube?
You know what? Lockdown or no, my days are pretty similar, man. You know, I'm very, very aware that life's short, and I know what I want to do with my time. You know, each day when I wake up and I look in the mirror, man, I know what I want. And when it comes to just fighting my family and doing some YouTube, that's man, that takes up all my time. So no new hobbies.
All right, thanks so much, Myles.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Kevin Vargas.
Hey, Myles, how we doing?
Doing good. What's up, Kevin?
All right.
Talk to me, Goose.
You know, right now your focus is on the fight against Georgie. But at the same moment, you know, Benson Henderson's also fighting on the same card. If this week's fight goes your way, is that a fight you trying to get back and, you know, avenge your loss?
Yeah, I'm focused on Georgie right now. I've been dialed in on him. Fight's gotten pushed back multiple times. That's all my focus is. And you know, after this fight, I'll kind of speak my mind more on what you're talking about. But you know, my main goal when I signed up with Bellator, goal wise, is getting that belt. And you know, Benson's up there, number one contender. Chandler, you know, and that's basically it in my opinion. You got the champ, so I'm definitely keeping an eye on those guys.
The UFC just announced the undefeated Khabib's coming back to defend his undisputed belt against interim belt Justin Gaethje. What do you have to weigh on, you know, this fight possibly being one of the last two fights that you get to see one of the greatest lightweights fight in the world?
You know, from a fight fan perspective, that fight interests me, man. Gaethje's exciting, Khabib's exciting, and man, I'm just, you know, I'm definitely interested in checking that fight out. Whether it's Khabib's last fight, second last fight, I don't care about that. I'm just interested in that fight.
One last question is, right now, you know, Patricky Pitbull holds the featherweight belt and the lightweight belt. You know, right now, you know, you said your pathway is to the title. Right now, looking at yourself, how do you see yourself in contention with the champ?
I feel good, man. I feel good. I match up well with him and anybody else. I mean, dude, I'm sharp. I'm long. I have great experience. I got great ground game. I mean, I fought the best guys in the world. I'm only getting better. I'm young. I've just been in my zone lately too, man. And I mean, you know, baby Pitbull, he's a 45er, man. He had a good fight against Chandler, but man, I match up well with all those guys, and I'll do great against them.
Our next question goes to Mike Pendleton.
Hey, Myles. Earlier, you referenced to being a fighter that Bellator needs, especially in this lightweight division. So what exactly is it that you are bringing not only to Bellator, but this lightweight division? As you said, two divisions are clogged up by the champion, a double champ. What is it about Myles Jury?
Well, I mean, dude, I'm young. I'm good looking. I have a great skill set. And I'm a company man. Like when I show up, I make weight, I go out there, I fight. I'm a guy that Bellator can count on. And at the end of the day, I mean, look at the guys that are in this division. You know, they've either all had their shot and they've come, they've gone. And man, it's just time for new blood. And you know, look around. I'm here and I'm ready. I'm not sitting around, you know, talking about stuff. I'm actually getting out there. You want to fight, you know, Henderson, first time, Dublin. Yeah, let's go. You want to fight a killer in Gertz? You're, you know, in Thackerville. Yeah, let's go. Like I'm showing it. So that's what I bring to the table.
How much does that drive you, though, that the opportunity is here for you, that you are focused, you're not worried about anything else, you're young, like you said, you're willing to step up to anyone and everyone. Like, how much does that drive you to be like, there's nothing negative you guys can label me with?
Man, I just look at time and opportunity. You know, I have a lot to get done, and I don't have a lot of time. That's the way I look at it. And I'm doing what I love to do each day. I'm waking up, I'm around great people, great team, great teammates. You know, just everything is where it needs to be in my life right now. And that's exactly where I need to be. So I'm excited for these opportunities, and it's something that I take seriously and I don't let just pass by.
Adding to the list of qualities you just told me about yourself, I'm going to put a smart, professional, mature, and obviously responsible. That's why you're doing everything that you're doing. Why is it for you important to kind of attack, you know, the financial stuff, the fighter side, obviously your YouTube channel? Because I don't think someone as hungry as yourself, no matter what promotion they're in, would dedicate their time to making that stuff known, where you're taking that time. Most fighters in your predicament would say, I got to focus on getting to the top. I got to focus on taking the biggest fights and the most dangerous opponents. But you're able to kind of fluctuate your time to do all of it. Why is that so important to you?
Yeah, when you look at time, you know, you prioritize your time. For me, my main focus is always fighting. Everything always comes secondary to it. When I have a fight, when I'm out of camp, everything still revolves around my training, my next fight, my next opportunity. And, you know, I prioritize my time in a way that my free time, instead of going out, messing around, doing silly stuff, I choose to go to YouTube And, the main reason for me is fighting, mixed martial arts, and money has just been so impactful on my life. I grew up, in a small city outside of Detroit, Michigan. I didn't have a lot of money. I grew up a fighter, sleeping on couches, crashing at friends' house, fighting for a couple of $100, just living in poverty, man, my whole come up, my whole career. And I chose a reality that, I was just like, dude, I'm great at fighting. I'm focused on it. I know I'm going to make money eventually. It's just you with the skills that I have and the work that I'm putting in, they will not deny me. I'm going to make money. And I was just like, I want to make sure that I make the right decisions with my money to where I can put myself in a better reality, my future family in a better reality. And that was my take on money. And I just wanted to get on YouTube and give my thoughts on what I'm passionate about and what I know actually. So I was like, dude, what are the two best topics? I was like, fighting and finances. That's kind of how it started.
Well, I think you're teaching valuable lessons to not only other fighters that are coming, before or after you, but also, to people in the regular community who are not fighters. I think especially during these times, you're doing great stuff. So best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, our final question comes from Andrew McCarroll.
Hi, Myles. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. I was just wondering, obviously you've said you've had these outside interests. You're obviously a very bright guy who can do a hell of a lot of things. When you were having your 3-fight skid, did the thought ever come into your head, maybe I should, start moving on to my other interests? And if it didn't, where do you get that mental strength to power through when your back's against the wall?
When I'm faced with adversity and continuing adversity, one loss, another loss, a whole year of losses, I'm not going to lie. There's times that, my mind will try and drift. And I just always go back to like, what do I want? What do I want? And it always just drove me back to, I love fighting, man. I really do. And I do have to be honest with myself. If I'm never going to be a fighter that's just going to be past his prime and just be around. But I looked at myself and I talked to my coaches and I said, am I missing anything? Like, am I getting better? And they're like, no, man, no, you're getting better. I'm still loving what I'm doing. I'm growing as a fighter, as a man. And I was just like, you know what? All that the losses and the stuff that goes on, the noise in my mind, I was like, dude, it's time to just kind of let that go and focus on just overcoming the adversity and taking it one fight at a time. That's big for me, man. Just one fight at a time, not overlooking nobody, nothing, dude. Just, here right now, one fight at a time.
I know a few other people have mentioned it as well, but I'm a huge fan of your YouTube channel. There's countless stories of fighters, going broke after, their career ends. Do you think that there needs to be a kind of a formal process, the way American football now is implemented, where people who wouldn't necessarily have that information available or even know how to get that information and maybe formalize that process in some way? And is that something you'd be interested in doing after your career is finished?
No. I have no intention of trying to, make any type of formal change in the game in that aspect. My thing is the fighters are the product. The fighters are the prizes, man. And I think the real question is just when and how much time will it take for the fighters to actually come in and get what we feel like we all deserve. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the time is, but I do know the fighters are the best thing, man. They're modern day warriors, gladiators. And all I'm doing with the YouTube channel is I want to give my opinion and my experience. Because at the end of the day, I feel like I should live my life not being scared to tell my experience, because no matter what, there's always people out there that it can help, it can inspire, it can educate. And if it wasn't for people that have actually, spoke their experience and what helped them financially or even in MMA, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I'm constantly learning from other fighters, other people that are, financially successful. So it's just the old give and then you receive.
And finally, there was a question you posed on your Instagram that I'd like to pose back to you. Did Carol Baskin kill her husband?
Yes, it looks like it.
Cheers. Thanks a lot, Myles. Best of luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.